Do you think that there's a reason why Nigerian men take this long to get married? Do you think there's an ideal age where a Nigerian man should be married? Should he be, before 30, middle of 30, after 30? What do you think?
Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite podcast. I go by the name of Mr. Mark Wonsu.
And my name is Murawa Gunkoya.
And today this is Menisms. My brother.
What's up, my G?
I'm alright.
How you doing?
How you doing? How's the week before? We're here on another episode. How was the previous week?
Yeah, it was pretty good. So we had our little Menisms event at the cinema.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who were able to make it, it was an amazing time. First of all, love and new notes. You guys should buy your tickets, please.
I'm not even going to lie.
See.
I'm not going to lie. When people are saying this stuff, it will be as if, it's a lie. People are just promoting because the film made sense.
Yep.
Because everybody here off guard, the plot twist.
Everything was.
They killed that film. I'm not
solid story.
It was actually a solid movie. I'm not going to lie. So if you've not seen it, transit, man.
Yeah,
it's really, really dope. Shout out to them, to me, them for that one. That was late. My brother.
You know that news?
How you make to the workspace today? How do you make it here?
Honestly, at this point, it's God's grace because what the petrol prices are saying now.
I think I have to mix some ethanol. I think I'm going to find out what they used to make petrol now because it's getting.
It has to be.
Maybe some toothpaste, ethanol. So I don't know what it is. Amino acids, throw litmus paper in there because it's about time.
It's about
bruh.
time. It's about
what
time.
is going on? Do you know what I've decided? Because I feel like how can the be at this level and there's no protest, there's no outrage or something.
There's nothing.
I don't know if you might be saying it and you'll be as if, why don't you do it? Me, I'm not. It's not going to be me that will start. I won't lie. But if it kicks off, I'm joining in. That's the thing. So in that same energy, is like everybody's just moving like, man, this thing is not really affecting y'all. Isn't the thing affecting everybody? You get? So now make it just be like nobody should be begging again. Don't ask any other person for another thing because
since you should be good.
It feels like
since you're good, everybody's good. Yeah, everybody's good.
I swear, it feels like we are all good. I'm still waiting for the police that will stop me in any way. I'm just waiting. First of all, thank God I get all my papers, but they're going to have an earful. You understand?
Or me letting you know that you guys are doing shit for this country. Man, we're going through a lot as Nigeria, and it's every week is the same thing. But we have to find a way to not make it the same thing every week because, like you said, I saw a Twitter post, I saw an Instagram post that said, honestly, if you want to get Nigeria's attention, just say Wizkid is trash, Davido is trash. You see movement, you see motion.
No. Yeah.
But talk about real stuff. Like how is petrol over 1,000 naira, and the average Nigerian is moving around like nothing. Like nothing is not like. We know.
Don't go start refining the fall. As in, Iran, they fight war.
But now we no get petrol.
Now we they feel them.
Now we no get lights.
Just even pulling up safe to this place, man. I just saw this BYD. I love those cars. It looks so beautiful. But
who's the target audience?
We're not ready for EVs. That's the truth about it. We are not.
Do you know the infrastructure you need to even be charging it?
We're not ready for EVs.
We're already struggling with domestic.
We don't have constant power. There's no light. That your EV now, if you go enter one dodgy traffic,
make it die for road.
Make it go off for road. Wait, what do you want to do? They don't push those ones. They don't. Let me say that. You know what I'm trying to say? We are not just ready. They're just bringing EV back. We're not. I don't think we are ready for EVs. Though.
The only thing people can say to back it up is that the EVs are able to cover a certain distance, and Lagos is not that big. But again, that's not really the point.
You don't understand? Okay, you get an EV, you go home, you plug it. Never take light.
You have to be rich.
Now, guess what you do?
You
now buy fuel to on the gen to charge the EV. Nah, come on, man. I don't know.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, you can't explain stuff like this. You can't. But anyways, guys, so that's what last week's been like. Lest we forget.
We should forget. I didn't forget. I just wanted to remind you. Did you all see
the interview of our so-called representative for Nigeria? I'll say very clearly, Daniel Bala is an embarrassment. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You can't you can't be a fool and make all of us look like fools as a collective.
No, the problem. It's just sad because guess what someone's going to say to you from afar? It's like, oh, so those are the people leading you. Those are your leaders.
You can't argue it.
Not only did that guy make him look ridiculous and contradicting and everything, this is what pained me. I think after we've already seen this one, you've already fooled yourself there. That's the truth. That's all I can say. You just went there to fool yourself.
His response after
that, he said he did not know that they were going to ask him questions about his past. That it is their fault or it's bad on their side.
That he stands by what he said and everything.
But my question is this. This is my question. Okay, you didn't want them to ask you about something you've said before, but you want people to come and listen to what you have to say now regarding what will happen later. Why should we listen to that? Because since you can't already, what you said before, you can't even follow it, you can't even back it up, you don't even have the check. Like, what? It's the same thing when they were trying to do this guy now. What's his name? Tackling and show right now. That he just went to the court and just put this guy's Renault Mokori's previous comments about this thing. It's like, how are we living in a world where these people are the people that are now the advisors from because it's like, I don't know, did they just put them there to make them like like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Because think about it, like, I wouldn't have thought if there was anybody that would be even an ambassador, I wouldn't accept it. That Rene Omokre guy, because to be honest, I know that man he loves Nigeria. I know.
Oh yeah, he's like, a strong patriot. He's a strong patriot, no doubt.
Patriot.
He's a strong patriot, no doubt.
But with everything you said, with everything you fought for, with everything you stood for, like, if you had told me I would have said, nah, how now?
Because he sounds intelligent. So he sounds like he has his facts together. He sounds like he puts together data.
He probably is.
But I'm sorry, he's channeling the wrong things. I don't consider people like that as intelligent.
All of a sudden now you're telling me that I'm counting Mount Everest. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, my bro? Like, what?
Telling me
what does that have to do with what? Okay, you climb Mount Everest. What does that change for the general consensus? What does that add to the? You understand?
Do you know the one thing that kills me the most is when they still repeat things like Nigeria was safer 10 years ago than now. That they will remember that, back 10 years ago, the kidnappings were still happening in private homes. I'm like, sometimes I think and I wonder, like, do they even know the Nigerians they are addressing?
Bro, there's war in Iran. There are more deaths in Nigeria this year than that place that is war in this year alone. Why March?
Like, I still saw one this morning about an attack in Kano State. Just this morning. And now I'm beginning to try and wrap my head around how we even got here. And by how we got here, I don't even mean like how the country got this bad. I mean, how did we get here that we've become these people who cannot fight for our country? We've allowed people who, I'm sorry, are complete dumb asses rule this country. We're not even saying that we can do it better, but we're telling you that we can see that you can't. It's just that simple. Step down for somebody who can. And I think, in the collective of us not even being able, like you said, no outrage, nothing. Everybody's just moving on. Everybody's waking up in the morning and going to work on Monday like there's nothing happening. I'm not even sure what to expect from this kind of reaction.
There's something in the rice.
that has to be it. That has to be it.
That's my own conspiracy theory. I've accepted it. That
has to be it.
Because this last week I don't chop rice. I just make a day away from rice for a bit because
your mind clear.
Diet. Maybe I see my mind open. There's something in the rice. That's me. I've said it. Nobody can. Bro, come on.
It's too much at this point. And by the time you now couple the fact,
it's only here that. Sorry.
Yeah, go on. Finish. Yeah, so I'm just saying that it just gets to the point where you're not giving them the basic stuff. Then two, life is even still harder because every Nigerian has to create their own reality around themselves. If it's power, I have to buy a generator. If it's water, I need to supply my own self. If it's electricity, I need to either get solar. And if it's a car, I need to find a way to make sure I put petrol in it. I even need to make sure I find money to buy a car. There's nothing from the government's end that you say this is what has been done that has made Nigerians' lives so much easier and much more a much more friendly environment for you to actually be able to work and make money. There's nothing.
It's only here that, what do you call it? They'll tell you that they kidnapped 300 people. Do you know what 300 people are? I don't know.
And people are worried about VDM and what King Michi said.
Do you know what 300 people like?
I feel like people don't really.
Do you know you cannot kidnap 20 goats?
Exactly.
You cannot even take 10 goats. Go hard to 300 people. I don't even think they should use the word kidnap again on that statement. You can't kidnap 300 people. I'm sorry. I don't know how
they escorted. Now escorted because that's
no. Tell me now.
That's an excursion. It's not.
When they say they kidnap one person, someone they carry room miss. They did that for 300 people.
And in that time too,
do you know what it takes to coordinate?
No emergency forces could intercept that. Nothing. I might even want to go into details. Look, see again. We understand very clearly that all of this is actually orchestrated, right? There's no. Let's not even cover about anything, but we're not going into the details of the conspiracy stuff. But again, all of this is orchestrated. The people who are meant to protect us are the ones that are actually facilitating all of that good stuff. But the point again is that at what point are we as Nigerians going to be angry? I think that's the only thing I have to say. At what point are we going to be angry? That's the part I'm waiting for. And to be honest, I kind of hope it's going to actually happen because I'm beginning to fear that it may never.
Hope it needs to, man.
I feel like it may never. But anyways, see, again, we can keep going back and forth on the things about Nigeria. But, unfortunately, this is where we find ourselves as a country. And I think we need to find a way out at some point, right? But anyways, yeah, so we have our games section. This is the problem, yeah.
Yeah, the problem.
This is the problem I'm always looking for.
The problem with this thing is that as the reigning champion, you get, because I've been whooping here. Both the ones who play on the pod, both the ones who play outside the pod, everything. I'm just so too good at these things. You get me? It's not my fault. I'm a gamer, you know what I'm saying? Right from birth. So this my chairman here is feeling all. He has been. There's a bet outside in the house to see who's gonna win. Let's play.
All right.
So I'm playing the same game we played last week, the Guess the Character game. And yeah, so
we're going to jump right into it. I mean, you guys know the rules already. We pick up the bats, we show each other the characters.
Yeah.
And then we show it to the camera. That's the camera right there. You guys see.
Okay.
And then we show each other. Now I'm losing this shit right now.
Okay.
Fuck.
Is my person a male or female?
Female. Is my person. What industry is my person in? Film, sports, acting, music, running, football.
Your person is in the oil industry.
Is in the oil industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shoot your question.
Oh, that was me. Sorry. Yeah. What's is this person an artist or an actor or like same thing? Same question.
Same question. Sports.
Sports. Female.
Sports. Female.
Okay. Your next question.
In the oil industry, is my guy is it a guy or a lady?
It's a guy.
Okay, go on.
Sports, female. This person, a footballer, or is this person a footballer?
Yes. Is my guy Dangote?
God damn it! Oh! I knew what was Shwala. I knew it. I just sports female.
As you talk that,
I just wanted to know.
As you talk that oil and gas, because let me tell you, when I asked that question, I knew you were going to ask that question. So that had to be my first question.
Okay. You know what?
Again, locked in.
Sports female, because I was like, there's no which other sports are they gingering like for? But I know there's boxing and all those kind of. But like
you don't get it.
Touche.
The way I got it right was I asked you first. If you asked me first, if it was sport, I would have lost.
Yeah,
I would have lost because before I had the chance, you would have said it. So as soon as I asked that and you said what industry, I was like,
so she was right. She
said you almost.
It's going to make you win. Touche. Amira's coming back.
Of course.
He's coming back.
Get it. So we have a dilemma today and we're going to jump right into it. This is from Mr. Paul Mewater. Hello guys. I hope you're all having a great week so far and that you enjoyed your weekend as well. This is my first time saying a dilemma since I've been listening to the pod in 2022. So here's my dilemma or experience. Thank you again for locking into the pod in 2022. We appreciate it. All right. So it says, I've had a friend I'd been close with on and off for about 3 years. At some point, we realized we had feelings for each other. Eventually, we decided to go on a proper date, something we had both always wanted to do. I had just come out of a long term relationship and decided to open myself up to love again. Everything was planned, and when the day came, I arrived about 10 minutes early. While I was seated, I spotted her walking in wearing a white t shirt and jeans. I was a bit surprised because she had mentioned wearing a dress since it was meant to be somewhat of a fancy dinner. I stood up, like the gentleman that I am, law, to pull out her chair and we sat down. While waiting for our order, she apologized for her outfit. We made small talk and then she asked me what I thought about her shirt. Now, the shirt had an inscription that said, I love my boyfriend. I had noticed it immediately, but I assumed maybe she was subtly hinting at the direction we were heading, like an unofficial thing. Then she asked again if the shirt fit her well. I smiled, I said yes, it did. That's when she said, oh, my ex got it for me. At the moment, I felt irritated and honestly a bit disrespected. Still, I stayed composed because I didn't want to create a scene or seem angry. We stayed for about another hour. The date ended, and I called an Uber for her. Later, I called to confirm she had got home safely. After that, I never spoke to her again. So my question is, based on this, do you think I was harsh for cutting things off because I felt disrespected, or was it immature of me to handle it that way? Personally, I don't think I was wrong. I felt it was the best decision for me, but I value your opinions and would genuinely like to know whether you think I made the right call or not. Thank you. I'm looking forward to your responses. You want to go first?
You made the
best.
Bellissimo.
Chef's kiss.
Mwah.
Chef's kiss. That one I got. But you know what I also say? You know what I also say? If it was someone, and I think they've known each other for a long time, said 3 years, but they only started the dating thing, very recent. And what I will say though is, depending, sometimes you can like the person as a friend, you like the friendship, but because they also don't know you in the capacity of relationship, they're misbehaving. I can also say there's a chance, depending on, but for me, I don't know exactly what you did, but there's a chance so you can table the discussion and say, hey, this was a bit weird. But you already also know that you're never going in that direction with her. You're not doing anything romantic again. You're just letting her know that, oh, I wanted to just let you know that this was your fuck up. That's one side to it. Only because you guys had a friendship before that, a 3-year friendship. That's the only thing.
So
other than that,
does it mean that he cut her out fully and they didn't talk again?
According to what he said he hasn't contacted her again since then.
Man, the fact is that they had that friendship.
The minute he switched into
the friendship switched into, let's
call it talking stage.
Talking stage. When you're friendship or you're just friends, it switches to this thing. That's why when people say, oh, they're friends, they now break up, they can't go back to just being friends. It will never be the same. You understand? Because you guys have already reached or crossed some boundaries. So immediately they cross that, let's start dating now, type P. And that's the first, wasn't that like their first date or something?
It was, yeah.
And that's the first impression I'm giving you. First date after 3 years and you've been talking now inside to date. Man, bro, man, you did the best thing I can think of, man. I don't want, there's no fault whatsoever.
To be honest.
You said you waited now, date finished. You even still call Uber, say go home. After that, you just went your way. That's it.
But what do women really think in certain situations? Like, obviously, this is not generalizing, but obviously, it's a woman that did this. So I'm going to ask again, what are women thinking? So you wear a shirt that says, I love my boyfriend.
That's one. That's the first one.
In fact, that's the second one because you show up, first of all, wearing t-shirt and jeans to a fancy dinner.
Okay,
so that's the first
that's
one. Then, the shirt you choose to wear happens to say, I love my boyfriend. That's 2. Now, while he's being quiet about it, trying to brush it off, like he didn't bring it up, he's trying to move on. You then say, hey, do you notice my shirt? Do you see what I'm wearing? My ex got it for me. So you're wearing the shirt.
The clue is that, do you notice what I'm wearing? He said, yeah, it's cool. And she asked again, do you notice what that?
Can you not see? Does it fit me well?
Okay, yeah, it does. My ex got it for me. What the hell? Like, what the fuck? Okay, give me another adjective.
What's in the world?
What's in the world?
You know what I'll say? I don't think she liked him at all. But she couldn't say it. Because there's no way. It feels like, you showed up in shirts and jeans, showed up with a controversial t-shirt. You don't like the guy. But because he's your friend or he was your friend, you don't want to have to harshly break him off. Maybe even in 3-year friendship, you were always telling him that, oh, women are nice, women are this, women are blah, blah, blah. But then you got to realize that, yeah, maybe you guys venturing into this direction wasn't for you, but you didn't know how. Because that's the only thing I can use to explain this entire ordeal. Because apart from that, and if it's not that, then she must be crazy. No, that's the only, if it's not that, then she must be crazy. Because there's no way. It's so disrespectful. It's so, like, I can't even wrap my head around. I can't imagine how angry you're coming to this place where I've chosen, okay, I want to spend my money, spend some time. Like, I have other things I could have been doing with this. I could be working and making money with this.
Bro, she could have just been there. We would have even had a great night, had a dinner, and go. Because she said, oh, she apologized about outfits. Maybe you couldn't make it because you were doing something or whatever. Just
then we move on.
No problem.
You call me back. You call me back.
You call me back and tell me, say, okay, I see this shirt. It's my ex that bought it for me.
So wild shit that keeps happening. But again, honestly, you did it. You did
what
it very well.
What was he meant to do with that information?
Exactly. What was he meant to do?
To buy you another shirt?
Bro. All right, guys. So we have a second dilemma. This is a Reddit post, actually. It says, I, female 54, have been divorced for over 20 years. I ran into my ex-husband's cousin, and he has declared his love for me all these years and now wants a relationship. There was never anything inappropriate while I was married, and frankly, it's taken me by surprise. He said he's never married because I've always been the one. I'm thinking to go for it. We aren't getting any younger, and I have been single a long time. Don't do it. Like what do you even mean? That's so dramatic. You get divorced by your husband or with your husband, and you now want to come back into that loop by getting in a relationship with the cousin. How? To me, I get people who can brazenly do that, but you're bringing a lot of drama into your life and your home. And if you're somebody who likes drama, then hey, go for it. But why in the world would I have to now? Because if they are cousins that are close, then it means I'm going to be seeing that ex-husband more often than I need to. So, but hey, again, people are also adults and they can do what they want. But for me, I hate drama. I would run. I would avoid that completely and be like, hey, I'm not even trying to get into this loop of explaining things to anyone as to why you chose my cousin instead of, hey, there's just no need. There's just no need. If it's like smash and go, hey, you can smash and go. But if we're talking about like marriage, shit, not me though. What do you think?
She's about 54.
54. Nothing to lose, Abi.
Go for it.
I just knew it.
Like, what? Okay, you and the husband didn't work out now. How long ago did they? How long did you say she has been divorced for? Whatever?
20 years, though.
20 years. Then she's not. Please. Do you know how that 20 years? Whether she has not had any single communication with that guy, even the cousin self. What makes you think that cousin is in communication with that person? And the cousin said, "Oh, I'm not married because you're the one." It might be bullshit and everything, but like at the end of the day, if there's the feeling or whatever,
might be selling dreams,
man.
Might be selling dreams.
Hey, man, it's 54, man. I beg. At one point, man, she has lived to that. Please, my dear, please go follow your heart.
All right, so here is my Isema says, "Hey, do your thing.
Hey, do your thing, please."
All right.
Yes, there's enough years. Do you get? There's enough years to accept. If it's like you tell me, 5 years, this and that, that seems too close. 20 years, you know what can happen in 20 years? He might have even died. Don't way men, they will die fast.
So dead. I'm so dead. Don't kill me, please.
Before you start this, before you go into the main topic, I had a very which I kind of think is true. He said, Nige, like, is the only place where you hear, this man just slumped and died.
Oh my God.
Wait. And the reason is, you know how many things in Nigerian man the reason? like, bro. We just said a few right now. You know how many? Bro, life is not meant to be lived this hard. We're living life on extra hard.
Extra hard. No, it's no joke.
What?
Man. Extra hard, guy.
It sounded like a joke, everything, but I thought about it. I was like, yo, it's true.
Like we just wake up and just carry baggage. Like you just wake up and you're carrying baggage. Like you're just carrying baggage. Just carrying baggage. There's just no. It is well, man. It is well. All right, so we're going to jump into the main topic, but before we do, it was International Women's Day a couple of days ago. So happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. Mothers, sisters, daughters, cousins, aunties, the whole shebang. We love you guys and happy International Women's Day. So on to today's topic. So, guy, we do it. Do you think that there's a reason why, men now kind of take longer to get married? Like what's I'm trying to wrap my head because, and I'm saying this even as myself, right? I know the kind of pressure I'm, facing now with, when I go to marry. I mean, man, we refuse to marry. It's two of us right now, and I've been thinking, with myself as well. Do you think that there's a reason why Nigerian men take this long to get married? Do you think there's an ideal age where a Nigerian man should be married? Should he be, before 30, middle of 30, after 30? What do you think?
I don't know. I just feel like, in my own opinion, I think we miss the ideal age. There's a time where just before 30, that I think is the best time. And the people that come married that time, they were already in a relationship. Short, you said it before earlier now. If you are single on the clock 30, it's harder.
Yeah.
It feels harder.
Yes, it's harder. It's harder.
Because, to be honest, what was stopping, like, should I say us or whatever, me from getting married is like, number one is the pressure of like, we don't all this. Even that last time we're having that conversation about 50-50 this, 50-50 that. In my head, I've never thought about the union is 50-50 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is bringing someone into my life and taking care of that person and all that. So, and
Agreed.
There's a level of comfort I need the person to attain. You don't want someone to come into your setting and this person is not taking care of his wife. Or when they say the person with the wife, they always find a person who don't get money, all this kind of parole. So I've heard that thing a lot. I've heard that thing so many times. And I think, like I said, during that our 20s, early 20s times, our guys were still thinking, okay, 1 more year, they'll still build. And we're still on a wayward life that time. I won't lie, it was one so locked in as, should I say, that in that direction of like, say, wife or this thing like that. It was more like, you feel it could just happen like that. It would just happen. But those people that happen that time, they've been dating since like 4, 5, 6 years. You know, that kind of P. Then you now clock 30. Then it feels like there's this like one trigger, one switch. I just like, bang, just like, And now you reach that age where all those things we used to chest before, or that you are just overlooking before, it's like, nah. Now that I'm, okay, since I've been there, I know I'm more locked in now. And I know, okay, there are some people you speak to, me and this person, we can't work.
We can never.
I know this person, me and this person can't work. It's not going to work out. And that's what you used to look at now. It's not just, that's what you're gauging now. So it becomes harder. Then the pressure again of like me, I grew up, when I was small, I wasn't wanting for anything when I was a baby. So I don't want to bring my child into a world where I never settled myself yet fully. You get? Exactly. Let me just say, I can pay my rent. Yes, I do also. I'm doing my normal thing. I can pay my rent.
Your bills are sorted.
My bills are sorted. So you understand? Once in a while, we enter this debt, but we didn't move on. But it's more like the way the everything is seeming now is like the economy and everything. Just like everybody's feeling like it's hand to mouth. It's like inflow, outflow. There's no like where something is chilling to recuperate. Any 1 month now where you didn't just make that money, the outflow, you like, God, it will hit you so bad. Because at the end of the day, and all of us are there are a few people that are 1%ers that don't feel this kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's not everybody. I'm talking about the general man, on the layman now. Level. And me, I'm living in that way where they try to cackle 1 or 2 things. Get away, NEPA no bring light today. I'll just bone job. Why am I stressing myself? But now you have a
wife, a child, so
you just a child. You must
you have
so all those things. And I don't want. I in my subconscious or whatever. It's like I have to. Like I can't just put my people, my family in that setting where I've always said it, man. You get the kind way you could just do maybe one kind. There's a certain amount of funds I was just and I thought, okay, with this, I know yes, at least I can.
Yeah,
arrange this one with this one. God, bro, everybody just think it's easy to marry everything. Do you know how much it is to pay for hospital bills and shit? This is just the childbirth level.
Exactly.
Do you know what those things cost? Like, do you get that kind of pay? If I know I'm not gallant enough to just do that and I'm not going to be why come on, man? You get so that's why I feel in my own opinion or in my own case or in my own study of myself. I think that's what probably dragged or derailed me and stuff like that. Right. And man,
trust me, I hear you. And so the thing is that just like you, I was also single getting into 30, even though I'm 26. Still 26. Don't get wrong.
No guy, you vex.
So, going into 30, but going into 30 single. And this is one thing I want to say. So I feel like even there's one thing I complain about with Nigerian guys is that, especially the older guys, even if they say that they introspect, they don't actually give us some of this tea. Like, your dad now won't tell you things like, when he was 30 and he was single, the thing crossed over, or he got married before 30 and that thing changed his life. He won't give you the details of things. He'll just let you know, hey, see me and your mother now. Well, okay, we actually, but he's not giving you the details of things. Now, you see the way we are, right? If we had the information at the age of 22, say, right, that our father sat us down and said, look, it's not me directing you on your life, but let me just tell you how my own life was. I waited until after 30 before I got married. And trust me, it was one of the, decisions I think I would have changed if I could, because, after 30, I had more bills to carry on, and just, transitioning into marriage then was a lot harder. If they just give us that, now, whether you choose to abide by it, go your own way, it's an entirely different thing. But at least that way you know that, oh, they gave me something to work with. Now, because we didn't have all that guidance, we have to figure out little things ourselves. And one thing I'm getting to realize now is that crossover into 30 when you're single, you don't have the mental capacity at 29 or 28 to know that it's going to be ridiculously harder at 30 or after 30. And when I say ridiculously hard, I don't even just mean finances. Even finding the right kind of partner. Because again, don't forget that over that age, there's so many settings you're no more going to. You're no more doing that Wednesday nights every week. You're no more doing that. You're no more doing every small house party they call you for you're going to. You're no more doing that either. You're no more. In fact, most of the times you meet people is happenstance or social media, and that's it. And when that happens, you're also very strict at this stage of your life, because you've done 25, 26 years, you're just living life, anyhow it goes. There's just something about moving on to the 30s that make you stick to your rules. If you tell somebody that, yeah, you know what, like once it's past 8 p.m., I don't really want to, then the person's trying to do past 8 a.m., just cut them off. Like, just cut them off, So, and when you're now at that stage of cut off, people will tell you that, you use any small thing, you have to be able to tolerate certain things. And you're like, tolerate certain what? Whereas, if you were younger and you had to tolerate those things, you had more energy then to still think about tolerating all that stuff, right? And so, I feel like people who were able to get it before 30 were really one of the luckier ones. Mm-hmm. Over 30, you get to really, there are too many things. They're not now coupled with the fact that we're in Nigeria where we are worse off now, unfortunately, than we were in our late 20s. We're worse off now. It's very ironic. And you see, there's something you mentioned that I thought was very key. You said that in your 20s, in your late 20s, you could feel it where you were almost there. But you're saying to yourself, just a little more. When, let's say your target is 5 million and you're on 4 point something, and with that 4 point something, you can still proceed, but you're like, I know that if I proceed with this thing at 4 point something and things don't work out, I would have been telling myself, you should have waited and completed the 5. Like, still hustle a little more. That's literally the kind of mindset we go with. You're not broke at that time, right? But you just feel like, yeah, there's still a level of success I should attain for me to welcome a family, because there's a life you want them to live, and that life needs to be accounted by something. You can't just, there's some people who have businesses, and except that business has already picked off where it's working on its own, it's too tricky to use that to feed your family. Because if nothing sells in the market, then what do you do? Mm-hmm. Do you understand? So we guys are trying to look for a system that works, so that regardless of what happens, we can fall back to that system that we've created. At no point, just like me, just like you, am I thinking, oh yeah, my woman can contribute. It's not something that comes to my mind. If we get to emergencies where she does, all well and good, fantastic. Something's happened, she has to chip in a little bit. But those are like one-offs. Those are emergency because we have kids. We still have to solve that situation. But other than that, we are thinking like we are the only ones that are meant to take care of this family. That's how we think, right? So when you don't have the facilities to do that, how can you encourage me to walk into marriage? How? And I think it's even worse off when you now tick the box of finding somebody that you find ideal. Then there are other things involved where you know to yourself that, man, I can't even propose to this girl like this now. There are things I'm still working on at this moment. You get what I'm trying to say? Even though you are explaining to the person is telling you, no, it's fine, don't worry, we can figure it out. I'm like, figure what out together. You think I'm going to bring you to a life where your people outside you would also be saying, did you go into this relationship to start managing? You get what I'm trying to say? And I know that people say, oh, don't care what people say, but to be honest, in a society like ours where as a man, you're meant to be the provider.
You might not care, but it will affect the lady.
It will affect the lady. Do you understand? And so the navigation of the love you guys have will start having its weak legs. You don't want her feeling like people can easily tease her because you're the one that is. You get what I'm trying to say? So there's so many things that at some point just be like, yeah, you know what? Let me just be on my own and grind, man. Then is that on your own and grind that you meet somebody like, and you're like, you'll be distancing yourself?
Bro, is like what you just said then about there's something you just said. I just skipped. Mine just skipped. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like we're getting older now too, and on the counterparts, our peers in the other side, the ladies are also getting older too.
Yeah.
You get, and the same way you said, everybody clock and they don't take some bullshit. You don't take some bullshit. They too, there's some bullshit now they don't take. They already have some baggage itself that they probably still have.
Exactly.
And now, both them, everybody is just gauging everybody with some traumatic eyes and just using this person to judge this person that has not even reached what this person did. But everybody just on guard and stuff like that. So it is. That's why I just feel it gets harder. You get. So it's a very, 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 very like tricky thing. Another thing again, like what you were saying about the economy and the way it is now. I won't lie. Back then it was easier.
So much easier.
It was easier. Not that it was easier. It was easier in aspect of like you'll be doing the work, you'll be getting the money, and with the money you're getting, you'll be able to
sort
things,
everything.
you'll be able to solve problems. But now you'll be doing the work, the pay you'll be getting, even if they manage to say, okay, this pay is going to look somehow worth it. That pay now, that money now cannot do half.
You even have a side gig that you're doing.
You do 700, that money cannot do half of the shit that money would. Do you understand what I mean? So it is harder, especially in this economy now that is just whack. The fear of the people that are balling, that have I'm going to be very frank and be honest with you. Fraud. Let me not say fraud. It nobody was straightforward.
There's always something behind it. There's always something behind it.
And it has come to the point where that's where we're all just, everybody's on like, there's gone to the point where some people are saying, oh, at this point, man, if not criminals, I make I just be criminal. Like, it's so glorified in this country. You form legit. All the legit, they pack up. All the legit, they pack up one by one. You start a small business, you think, this is not a place where you say, oh, I'm going to grow. Grow what?
You can't.
Grow what? You just wake up this morning, bad. They just put in one stupid policy that everything you work for is going down the drain. Brah.
Yep. And you know, the thing is that sometimes when we look at the parents that are putting pressure under us or pressure on us, and you think to yourselves, like, are you people not living the same economy I'm living, or is there something I'm missing somewhere? Because you're pressuring me to get married. You're also not letting me know how expensive the marriage is going to be.
No, but the thing is that they are looking at it from this point of view of like,
just give me grandchildren.
Not even that, people they do them. You get, because
to me, that's even wilder.
Think about it. That time in school, why didn't you come first? Does the person that came first have two heads? So if I now come first, the person that came first, they'll tell him that do I have two heads. Do you get that kind of parole? So like, it's the way, like people are doing it. So why aren't you just doing it? When for example now, if you look around now and you see your friend's sons doing well, you now look at your son that's not doing, you feel some type of way now.
And you know this is something that Nigerian parents have. Some Nigerian parents have a lot that I have a problem with, but we'll get to it.
The thing is just this, man, especially like when someone has put in the carry go better school. Those kind of things. To an extent, nah, man, I didn't do all that shit so that you come and fail now.
Naturally.
So it will hurt them. It will feel. So me, I get
naturally.
That
I understand that.
I won't do that stuff.
Understand
so you come and fail. But another thing is that comparison again doesn't help as much, because at the end of the day, we don't know what thing this guy do.
They can have homeschooling.
Forget homeschooling. That guy might even just be all these things.
It's just even smarter.
It's only here that it's not. For example, in Yaki now, you can just say, you know what, I'm going to do this stuff. Before you know it, just record. There's kind of like a
platform that can help you.
A structure that will align this stuff, and if you just keep doing this
going that way, it's success and doing ahead.
For
Yes.
example, let me just give you just off the random, just like their MBA section now. Someone knows that, okay, if I keep training my son, although they're quite alright, there's a few people that make it, but I'm just saying, like,
either way, there's something. Yes.
If I keep doing this stuff by this setting, but here you can't do that straight here. Yes, but now almost everybody of us will graduate. Nobody's doing what they went to study in school, because you come outside and you're like,
there's no job in
microbiologist. Okay, go and plant the garden.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. Then one my guy said something to me today too. No, maybe not today, but I think it was yesterday. He was talking about this whole thing about that one of his uncles called him and was telling him that that he has not even married, this that when he was his age, this Then he, in his head he's just thinking, he's like, okay, this guy now, you know what I do, right? Like, you know what I do? We work in like media and stuff. I know how many parties you host for your babes.
How many have you plugged?
Like, I know how many of your girls really to throw party for, all those kind of things. It's you that hosted this event.
Yes.
Which one have you called me?
That's you are into entertainment.
I have my nephew that he's not he can cover this thing for you. You should explain for which one have you? It's not as if someone is asking for handouts, because sometimes you'll be as if nobody we get the skill, we get the work, we sabi do them.
Give me the opportunity
in the way, because it has come to that say well more. If you don't know person, nothing for you for this. You know, that kind of thing. It's only a few that just go this way, just this part. Sometimes luck shine too, right place, right time. I've been in some situations where right place, right time.
Of course,
it happens to the best of us too, that kind of thing. But I'm just saying, like, someone that just wants a clear-cut way and just say, okay, I'm walking this walk and I'm doing this stuff, I'm doing this. As now, like these bankers now, with all the 1 billion they're counting, how much are they getting for their salary? How much does it take for them to get to their? There's some bankers that can't buy a car now.
Yep.
Like as we speak now, that year you work in the bank. 3 months, 4 months.
Bro, the money is ready now. The money is ready.
You don't pick up motor fast.
The money is ready.
Now, if your bank finances you of a car, before you pay that car off loan off your salary, nigga, it's like 5 years.
It's crazy.
You understand that kind of 10 years? What am I saying, safe? Because the guys they collect small now. You gotta so in that this thing, that person won't come set up, build. Then, like someone said, most of the time guys don't. Picture the 50-50, if like that they include the women's finance in this thing. Yes, it doesn't happen because of where we are.
You can't.
If it's a Yankee, they are already built into that P.
Yeah.
Here, coming up, we were told that you guys provide, you guys do this. Yep. Now I've reached the age, even the last conversation we're having about 50-50, you believe 50. Yes, man. Because I was telling you that time now, like, you self apply to now those kind of things.
Yeah.
We get that. Yes, I'm at that level where I'm at this new age where I know, okay, yes, we have to do this stuff. Like you self, you need to apply. We can't just be the way the world in general self is even becoming harder, the way economy is rising, everybody got chipping together. Yep. Yeah, but still at the back of my mind, Oga, you're the man of the house. So that one is not coming out of here engraved. It's meant to be me as the provider, protector. What else are we supposed to be?
Everything, all the pieces.
We have to be all the pieces. So we got. And it's not as if I have a choice. That's it. No matter what.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and you know
my guy wife go buy something. Go tell her, say, so I bought this for the house.
Pay me back.
Yeah, you give her back. You get that kind of fee. You understand? It's not today. I'm so used to it. Like it's not. I don't even see it like because it is.
It's what we expect already.
All things being equal, my son that everything is flowing to, so the JFK will make it there. But cool. But if case that doesn't happen, what else? It's me. I have to look at it that way, no matter what. So those are some of the reasons I believe, because man.
You know, the thing I keep saying is that there are too many things that the modern Nigerian man is dealing with. Because I tell our parents that in our parents' time, there was a system that was in place for them to. You see this thing you just said now about as long as you're ready to work, whatever kind of work it is, even as long as you are ready to work, just lock in, work. Within a year, you've amounted the money you need to move to your next stage. Bro, here you work. You have side gig, you have second side also, third side also. Then after that, all of that, by the end of the month, you'll be struck. There'll still be one bill that you frown upon and you're like, oh, man, I still have to pay this. They just don't talk about the emergencies. I mean, you've seen how if you go on Instagram now, you see how just the expressway damaging tires. People are buying tires. Tires are not cheap. Let's talk about that. So now imagine that you've already sorted out your bills. You've calculated your life. Then the country comes after you by saying, "Yeah, you know what?
Country is
I
feel like
you've not bought tires. You've not bought tires in a few months. Mm-hmm. Let me just take your front, your left side, front and back. You're buying 2 new tires if you are lucky. If you are unlucky, you're buying 2 new tires, 2 new rims.
Wasn't part of the budget.
It wasn't part of the budget.
And you got to do it.
And even the cost of that probably is your entire profit. Your entire profit of the previous month. So now, this new month you're working all that money because you're trying to buy new tires. Oh my goodness. Like it doesn't make sense.
What you just said now, have you seen this video on online, about this guy that is in, I think he's in Ibadan or Abeokuta, I don't know. So he made a post about complaining about Lagos. This. Then the comments, someone now wrote to him, leave the Lagos for us, just the complaint, leave the Lagos for us. He came back and made another video, and this is what he said in that video. He said, bro, you're saying leave the Lagos for you. I left the Lagos for you. I left Lagos, is it 2 or 3 years ago? He said, and with the same salary you are getting in that Lagos, I don't erect one bungalow there. I don't marry and I have a car. So you're there fooling yourself and feeling. And literally, me and my guy spoke about that thing today. I was like, what's in Lagos, bro? Why are we all here?
I think we move go back.
At the end of the day, I was born here, grew up here.
Exactly, that's the only reason. Yes.
We are so much just here, like, and the bro, cost of living here is so high. Even the mainland, that's meant to be the mainland. Oh, it's not the mainland again. It's now the mainland. It's now the mainland, bro.
No, that's
you know how much rent for bags day now, broski. I don't know. They look for how you go pursue me come out house now, but he wants to put someone else me there. But I refuse to move. Sal, it's me and you. I don't say you know the word, but it's me and you. We are there.
You know one thing that I find very funny is when people like who've known me for like a long time ask, are you still in that your place? I said, where do you want me to go?
I said, where do you want me to go? Bro.
Because I told him, I said, are you seeing what rent is saying for today? The fact that I'm able to manage old prices to some extent, because again, they see it as I can't chase this guy, he's steady in flow. But at the same time,
but at the same time, I want to increase. But that increase is not sure.
It's not sure.
Because everything.
Because who can afford it?
Bro. And you never know how long you book by. I say,
we're going through a lot. And,
This thing you just said now about landlords, man. Yeah, I'm just laughing.
Everybody's collecting,
bro.
Everybody's collecting.
I say, let me tell you, I think it was like maybe before this rent was paid, last whatever. So me and my man, we always get into frats or whatever. They get me and the guy with the clash head, and the bar from me. This is before you know it, you send me letter with his lawyer, I should leave his company and everything. Me, I go change her back. This is say that what? This is the last. We'll go to court and they do those many men. You understand? We'll go to court. Come on, that's why I just vex one day. Last time my guy say, man, every shit, man, I can't be here, man. I'm gonna go find a place to just stay. Man, I go just stepped out into the streets now.
I'm already
casually.
laughing.
I just stepped out into the streets.
I'm already laughing. Nobody tells me we can go
Come again, say what?
I say you go back home. Home is where you are loved.
I said, it's only 2 bedrooms. Like, it's not just 2 bed. Really? It's in Bagada. Really? I don't know when I go to the lawyer office. I say, you see, the thing now is that I just think we should come to a peaceful resolution because I spoke. I spoke to my dad and we just thought about like, you know what? He just told me like, why don't I just solve this? Because I'm already in the property. You know, let's just come to a peaceful. And that's why I just feel like I'm just following what he said. Now lie, bro. I can't use corner, just diffuse the whole situation because
it's crazy.
It's crazy out there, bro.
It's crazy.
You get, and it's like, man.
If you see, and these are so imagine everything we discussed now. You can't even see our heads are not full constantly. You see, when we used to say back then that you see a frustrated father come back home. Don't be joking.
Bro, see, when I say I remember all the times where I would see my dad and he just born and I say I don't go near it. I understand every single bit of it now. And I don't even have no kids, my nigga. I ain't got none. And I still understand it.
Because let's not talk about the fact that there's a lot of lack of emotional maturity for the younger man trying to get married. And what I mean by that is this. You see, emotional connection is not just man and woman. There's also father and son, father and daughter, father and, daughter's friends, son's friends.
All different.
Do you get? And when you think about the fact that the same man who can be loving to his wife will be extremely mean to his children, you don't even know what he's going through. Because a man who is emotionally immature will marry a woman, give birth to children, then start hating the children, like being frustrated that the children are taking up his money, his bills, his time, and then maybe even expecting emotions from his children that maybe he used to give his father, but he's not being like his father. I don't know if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. You're doing things like maybe when your dad used to come home then, he would even make sure he smiles so that it's welcoming. You are boning face when you come in because, of course, we get it. You are frustrated from your long day. But you're not seeing that little difference alone is showing in how you are expecting your children to react. If I know that I'm coming home and I'm boning and my children know they look me face, I already know that, oh yeah, okay, that's me. I set that up. I'm the reason why this is happening. That's all well and good. If you have somebody who is even lashing out on the children because you had a long day at work and, that the house was, come in, leave me alone, get out of here. That kind of thing.
Like, get out of here, man. You get every time, daddy. Get away from here, Joe.
And you see that reaction. That reaction is not from your child or what he has done. It is from whatever baggage you took from the day.
No, but person else collect them, man. This is the wrong time. Sometimes that's why you need to strategic. You time it. That's where mommy comes involved. Like, hey, don't go and disturb your daddy. Because she knows. Because she said she already knows that this energy, I'm not facing this.
How would you even say that there are some dads who choose to come when the children are already asleep?
Oh yeah.
Strategy to make sure
you know that someone's gonna say, "Oh, daddy is back. Daddy's."
And you're not in the mood for none of
that shit right now.
Yeah, so
I don't need no daddy's back, man.
You're not in the mood
daddy
for that.
went through.
You get and or you even find people who start picking up coping habits after they're married, which is okay. I got married young because I won't rush. You get, but nobody told me about the frustration in front. Now I started, okay, I've seen that, okay, drinking is my escape. If I take small Henneken here, if I take small Hennessy and this thing there, it help me clear my head. Before you know it becomes a drinking problem. Before you know, and so there's nothing wrong with, you having your escapes. But one thing you get to realize is that it's the older we get, the more we get to understand our tolerance for these little things. For example, now if I see a man who over 30 still doesn't know how to hold his drink, I just imagine that you are a senseless person because you had too much time. You don't know your limits. You had too much time. You see, there's nothing wrong with one-offs.
You get drunk over there's a certain age. Like, why are you drunk?
Like, why are you drunk? Like, I'm not just drunk.
Like,
drunk that you can't you don't have any cognitive thinking.
You can be drunk and you say, oh, you get the cab, you move. We understand those ones. But say you're drunk and you're carrying out.
Or you're drunk, you don't remember what happened last night. You blacked out. Come on.
Come on, bro.
Come on. You get so. And again, this is just for the people who, because there are people like that who, because of their emotional immaturity, walk into the marriage and then start having a jiggy problem in the marriage. The wife is saying that that's not who she married. One thing. You even owe the responsibility to the person you're going to marry to have figured yourself out. Because there's nothing worse than you don't know how you are around children. You don't know how you are around somebody. Because marriage is not, oh yeah, I'll be dating you. Okay, you know what? I'll see. It's today's Sunday now. You can go back home. I'll see you next weekend. There's nothing like that. As you're waking up every single day, she's even the one adding to your problems. You're already thinking, okay, where can I make money today? And then she comes and says, oh, babe, this thing has finished in the house. Part of your problems. Do you understand? So now you're thinking how to navigate all that. If you're not somebody who even knows whether you have anger issues or not, you've not discovered how to control it by then. And then you carry that into marriage. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know I was like this. I didn't know. Figure yourself out first. And unfortunately, a lot of times, guys need time to figure themselves out. If you're spending your late 20s enjoying, a lot of times you don't see the things you need to work on. You just feel like, you know what? I'm working hard. I'm trying to date. Hopefully there's some marriage in between here. But I'm not really like focusing on that. I'm just focusing on living life. That's what we usually do in our late 20s. Living life, making as much money as you can. Just living life generally, right? And in living life, you don't get to really see things you need to work on. It's when you are ready to calm down. You just start thinking, you start hearing guys, you need sugar for this food too much now. You don't put too much salt on it. Because at that point, you are now very, very conscious of, one, health implications that come if you don't understand yourself and say that, oh, you know me, if I'm going to eat, let the food be a little warm because it's the way my system. You start hearing things like, my digestive system is not. It's because you're taking time to now figure yourself out.
All of a sudden, you're lactose intolerant.
Do you understand? All of a sudden, no, actually, I have ulcer. I must make sure to eat it. Or you need the supplements. Again, you're trying to now. Again, you're not trying to figure yourself out. Now, imagine you marrying at this time, right? You'll be marrying with, at least to some extent, of emotional maturity, understanding who you are, so that even when the person you're trying to marry comes into your world, they know that, oh, this is how I am. Not that they are the ones even telling you have anger issues. I'm like, no. See, I had it long ago. I'm still working on it. It's slowly getting there. It's a bit difficult, but at least you know. So knowing already is one step to correct the problem. But lots of younger guys don't. For me personally, I would say that this age would have been the best time to get married if you're in a country that works, because at this stage, in a normal functioning country, you'd have started like already acquiring wealth, like like you said, letting it rest somewhere and build up. People will call it trust funds for the children or whatever the case. I don't even have transfer for myself right now. Any money that comes now, I'm already even thinking how it shouldn't go. I'm trying to, as much as possible, not let it leave that account. Like, please, I understand there's some bills. Sometimes I actually intentionally delay some bills just so the money, like, let me just see the money there a little longer.
No, I do not think that.
Just a little longer.
I said one time that I think my bank, my GTB, my account officer, yes, is going to call me and be like, what's wrong? What's happening? Because like... Sometimes their leg don't even show that they remove them. You understand? The money just See, this is my account. The money just like.
Oh my god! Let me tell you, right? There's some automatic debits I have on my current card, and one of them is a Google workspace that I'm paying for because, of course, again, I need to have structured email, structured everything. Let me tell you, there was a payment I was expecting, and I forgot that payment was also coming around the time where that Google debit. So I just forgot, bro. As soon as the guy is, oh yeah, please confirm receipt. As I saw credit, I just immediately got debit alert. I'm like, I don't understand. The money has not even, the numbers have barely changed to the updated number. Come on.
When you updated, you update 2 times.
So, bro, I looked and I said, there's no way. Already 100K. Like, I'm just like, come on, guys. Like,
let the poor breathe.
Let me just a bit of oxygen. Just a little bit of I'm not asking for too much. Just a little bit of oxygen. I'm like, there's no way. And it now told me that this is exactly, but like, I can be sitting here now and thinking I had money, but before the end of today, like 4 or 5 things would have come up. And you're like, oh wow, I didn't picture that. I didn't picture this. But
you don't understand how crazy it is. I'll go on sets now, stay like, maybe just say, I'll be shooting for like 3 weeks. Collect one kind bag. That day I'm going back. 1/3 of that bag is gone because gone. My car just did 3 weeks. Just split. Just broke. You didn't even plan how you want to,
divide that. Yeah,
you just had to because, bro, man.
That lack of strategy, I think, is exactly why a lot of men are afraid. It's not the money in particular. Because think about it, right? You hear some people still say things like, but we're seeing people that are earning 200K marry. It's not the money immediately. It's the lack of strategy.
Because we can't out to the people making 200K.
Because they're the ones that know
at the end of
what
the day,
they're suffering in the end.
They know how they put it through, and that is them.
That's it.
Man, kudos to you. You made that work. I cannot.
Because realistically,
myself, I cannot.
It's not showing how we
can. Wait till you talk this morning. Say if you put 500K for your pocket,
before I blink,
you didn't do anything wayward. Before Friday, that money is gone. Didn't do any. You didn't turn up. You don't go flex.
We're even talking about turn up, bro. I didn't even eat out.
That's what I'm saying. And when I say you didn't eat out, I mean like you're eating inside itself. Now maybe bad, you order Glovo, order chicken red,
chow deck, or exactly.
Like play. Literally, bro. Boom in a week, and it's like, what work did I have to do to get this?
Thank you very much.
How many days?
How much work did I put in?
What did I have to put in to get this bad?
And not just that. After even the work, how much more extra chasing did you have to do,
bro?
Because you still have to be like, okay, so how far? Any updates on that payment yet?
Before you know it, you chase back for like 1 year.
And the worst part
for the money to come and finish in 2 days.
And the worst part is that when money takes longer like that, the bills that can't be paid are already piling up.
But the thing about when it takes longer than that, when it finally comes, it's the most useless buy.
Because you already know
lost that value. That you don't grind one kind of grind where you manage sustain to reach it. It now comes out, bro. You can never go to anything useful. You'll be so pissed off, so pained.
And never.
You understand?
And I think again it's unfortunate. And you see, I like that people sometimes say, yeah, the one that's not capitalizing on Nigeria is giving tone deaf. Because whether we like it or not, our generation was raised to. If you're ready to work, you can work. There's money, just work. That's how we're raised. Because that's why you find a lot of our parents say, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a this. The people that are able to hack it now are people who are like maybe making social media currency type of money. Yeah. We were not really built that way. We're the ones adapting to it. Yes, there are some people that are making it.
All these, speaking of social media stuff, just off the random. Isn't it funny how, speaking of this same economy, they always want to like, what do you call it? Change, the way they always want to collect money from.
Yeah, find one reason to just make the citizen hungrier. Just these guys are not suffering enough. Let's give them a little something.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like even from that last time that you were saying, what was I just saying now? Sorry.
You're talking about like just government always looking for a way to tax people.
Social media thing.
Yeah, social media.
What kills me is the people that always say, oh, they want to start taxing this, they want to start doing this, they want to start doing this. They don't even go and say, okay, create that and say, wait, why is TikTok not paying Nigerians? Why is this whatever platform not paying Nigerians? We have so many people. Because guess what? That will bring more income to the economy. But bro, almost everybody has a TikTok. I go on TikTok now, I see someone that's making corn and the person is telling me how they wake up in the morning, go there, light up the corn, do everything and do it, and how they're selling. Everything is content, you get. But that person is getting views. But that person is not going to get money from that. Why? Because the platform is in this country, is not paid. Why don't these people fight for that stuff? No, it's when Glow says, okay, let me take 1 million, do promo for me. They want to collect from that 1 million. That's the problem. Then again, when you said about this whole marriage parole, bro, back then, like you said, I experienced that well because there was someone that I really liked. I told you before now, like love, but like then I was like, nah, man, I've not in the space or the place where I feel like I can lock this in. And you understand, for heading towards marriage, I just thought, okay, I need to grind some more. I need to set up 1 or 2 things. Because I haven't felt like, the person don't go. I need to be on his or par at least. You understand? That kind of thing. So you now do that, you say, okay, let me just go and lock in, let me go and get the bag, let me go and you be grinding, getting the bag, the person don't marry.
But wait, did you ever have the opportunity to like sit her down?
No, man, I never did that myself. At the end of the day, yes, I'm going to put that blame on me. Nothing, whatever to the person, no bad blood or whatever. I didn't say nothing. I did not see one time I say, oh, this is how I'm feeling. I didn't. Why? Because my own mental was not. Mine was just, you guys, they are just setting this thing before because this person.
It's natural. It's natural because guys are not really people who see. There's one thing about. There's one thing about us that people don't seem to understand is that talking about money being one of the reasons why we can't move forward on a certain thing sounds like we're giving excuses. Like it sounds like you're being a bitch about it. And nobody's trying to sound like a bitch about it. So if I already know that that's how you may feel already from the jump.
Oh, exactly.
I'm not going to feel like sharing that.
I want to put that like and say, and because
it's money, yes.
Because what will always happen is like, no, it doesn't really matter. It's a lie. It always matters. It always matters. So I don't want to. Let's not get to that stage where I'm thinking, oh my god, okay.
Because now you won't.
At the end of the day, low-key, I might have, if I go back in time, if you could go back in time, it might have gone in a different direction. I might have said, oh, this is this thing. She might have even helped align. So at the end of the day, you never know these things, but I'm just saying based off me, based off how me I was reasoning. If I could go back now, I probably would have said, yo, man, this is how I feel. But so I'm trying to, you never know whether having that person connect, go. Because I've heard people say this thing before sometimes. They'll be like, now your wife go
when you marry.
I feel lucky. That's a whole lot of bullshit to an extent. So at the end of the day, that's me. I just feel like it's
the country we live in.
Because, yeah, man, don't be telling me that. In other words, all you're telling me is that you can't find someone that has rich father and connect. Because that mentality, because, bro, let's be frank. Okay, so this person now that is just going to be the person to make me blue. Why the person no blue?
You know what I've understood what I've understood by what they say when they say that. What they mean is that, you see, in a country like Nigeria, have you not seen settings where it's only because you're married you got a certain contract? It's only because you have a wife and children that they're now thinking, yeah, this guy. Bro, I've been in a setting where they were gonna hand me a contract. It was between me and another man who was married. You know what they told me in my face? They said, you're too young. What do you want to use with all this money?
Guy is stupid. I'm not gonna reach that level.
You know, I had to actually tell him, and I said, no, I understood that because they're the ones paying the money. I can only tell you what I can tell you. You are the one I've already decided who you want to give the money to. But I said to myself, wait, sorry, did we not come here for our capabilities? I didn't know this was it.
I don't get,
this was an age. And I've clearly delivered more than this person. I mean, whether he's older than me or not is not my priority here. If I can deliver more than him, then that's what I'm here for. So you now saying, what do I want to use all this money for? It's almost like, in the same breath you're telling me to go and marry, it's the same breath you're telling me I'm too young for this plenty money. Because this same plenty money
is not what I used to set up the like I don't get. Did they just?
So that's what they mean when they say go and marry. There's grace there because the way our society is and where the big money comes from and the people who are really signing those big contracts, they see things like being married and responsible as part of their criteria to give you projects.
This guy, when you just what you just said now is so actually true.
It's crazy.
It's like so. Okay, are they grind sense? Are they grind? None of you really gingered for this my grinding. All of a sudden, I said, I want to marry. That's when this person wants to give you this. This person wants to do that to you. This person wants to do that to you. What happened to all this while before? I don't get it.
They felt like you didn't need the money.
You felt you didn't need it.
You know, I sat down with my dad to see if I can even just pick his brain a little bit and just let him explain exactly what the urgency possibly is for marriage. And if you see that I don't have the facilities, why then are you still probing me towards marriage? Like, nobody, you don't have to hear from outside that I might be struggling with a few things. You can see it. But once in a while, we talk about things I'm struggling with. So what exactly is the motive? And he said that yeah, marriage just, gives a man structure, something to work towards and look forward to. And I said,
like right now, I'm working towards something.
In this country is where you guys think that. Because you think as I'm single, I'm just living life in a wayward way. Like, you think right now I'm just, okay, let me just, make I just enter Silver Fox this random Thursday night. Like, you see,
you don't roll like that, man.
You see, and in my mind, I'm just thinking to myself that
we don't.
If this is where you guys are at mentally, then it feels like I'm almost grinding for nothing. Because I'm grinding so that people like you can give me contracts. That's just the truth. Yes. Unfortunately, it's the people in their era that have the big contracts. That's not even cap, right?
Yeah, man.
You might meet one or two younger people that might connect you, but they're still connecting you back to those older guys. You might be his own uncle or his own dad. But there's always an older somebody you're trying to get that connection from. And then you always hate, and I'm sure you can relate to this, I always hate when, okay, they've introduced me to that uncle. We're talking about this. No, young man, you married. I actually hate that question because I know that my response is going to come with some sort of perception. He's going to have exactly. What are you waiting for?
At my age, your president was not Tinubu. At my age, your president was not Tinubu.
At my age, your country was still doing $1 to $1.
Yes. At the age, there was still some kind.
Let's not count on things.
It was still Nigeria.
Don't forget that a lot of them experienced the oil boom. Like they lived through the oil boom. So let's not sugarcoat things. And I think when he explained to me, I told him that, you know what, I won't invalidate how you feel about your expectations for marriage, because again, you also come from an era. Mm-hmm. Just the same way we are consumed by whatever our society says, is the same way they too in their time. Just that the only difference is that society plus their community were all working hand in hand. The country was still doing okay. Of course, there were still things happening like every other part of the world, but you could wake up, decide to be a hardworking man, and by 29, you are good to go. You have two. I mean, let's even go far. Don't forget that when we were younger was when even people who were in quotes doing odd jobs or jobs that shouldn't pay, carpenters, plumbers, they were all still getting married, having children. Like they would even bring the children to the house sometimes. They'll play with you. Like this is how much I feel like we're losing touch with the fact that it's not that attainable anymore. But let me also even just like you, let me share. I'll say one opportunity I could have had to settle down. When I was in my late 20s. But in my case too, it was the same thing of not being able to, like, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me. That is, I'm looking at the person I want to marry. I'm looking at me and I'm saying to myself, how? This current life I'm living? There's some days I go back home and maybe the meter runs out, right? I run out of electricity and I'm supposed to, put some credit on it so it can work. Now, sometimes I might even have the money for it, right? But what would happen in a lot of cases is that, and especially the time when they had changed tariffs, they made the electricity so expensive now, I would only buy enough to last me a week. Because I'm like, okay, you know what? Within this week, something else should come in and I'll be able to sustain that. Long ago then, I'll be able to pay for 3 months, 4 months. Now, I'll buy enough for a week. But you see, the problem is that's me living by myself, controlling and managing everything I do. Make sure I don't cook as much. And I told myself, okay, you know what? Even AC, let's put it off. It's too luxury for that.
We use it from like 10, 11
to like 4:30.
As you open your eye, first thing,
turn off the AC.
Reflex.
And I created that system around myself. But I knew that system was a coping system, not the normal thing anybody should live, right? Imagine in the case where you're having children and you're also trying to tell them, okay, no AC for you. Whereas when I was younger, I enjoyed as much AC as possible. Like, what do you mean? I take AC out of the equation. I can feel the heat. We all can feel the heat. So it's not as if I'm capping by saying that, or it's not as if I'm actually being reasonable by saying no AC. Okay. Let's now go to the kind of food they would eat. I can't even afford the same cereal I used to eat when I was younger.
Bro, like I
can't afford the same type. Like, even down to
Kwashoko is real, yeah, man, it's not funny, I swear, man.
Kwashoko, please
Kwashoko is real, man. Malnutrition, bro.
Yeah. And now, we're now thinking about the fact that I'm going to be feeding not one, but most likely 2 children.
And protein cost.
You know what? This thing you just said, let me just show you one random. There was one day I went to, I'll redact the name of the restaurant.
No eating rice last week.
The protein won't scatter you. Scatter you. See.
I've started eating rice today.
Bro, when your protein starts becoming boiled eggs, it's a different discussion. It's a whole new discussion. Like, it's a whole new...
Me, I'm going to say this. boiled eggs are one of the best form of natural proteins.
Of course.
So nobody want to downgrade my boiled eggs. You
Of
get
course.
give my 3 boiled eggs.
Of course.
That's how we kick off first. 3 is just to kick off. Then anything like you get that kind of thing. So I get where he's coming from. I just want to say it again because we are gym bros, but don't downgrade boiled eggs. So not much one boiled eggs.
Exactly. So imagine if you've not compromised from your regular grilled chicken and this. You know what? In fact, you even be like, give me 1 grilled chicken, 1 crispy chicken. Then do you have fish? You know, just add 3. Do you have peppered turkey? You can add that on the side because at that time, exactly. At that time, you're feeling like I can get them now. Maybe this chicken is not like tasting right. You know, I'll just put it to the side. I'll try the turkey instead. If the turkey is not doing it, most likely the fish will do it. You know, the fish is not doing it. I think I have some crispy chicken. You had options. You were good. Now, you know when you buy, you tell yourself, what do you mean you're not going to have chicken? Come on, buy chicken. And then you buy the chicken and you get them. My chicken doesn't taste quite nice. You're going to eat it in your tears. You're going to, the tears are going to help. The sauce from my tears will season the chicken a little bit. So I'm going to have a little some of that. Like, you know what? Yeah, you're not tasting too nice, but let me just help you a little bit.
This morning, try buy this in the place that I don't read there. So, okay, the business was looking interesting. I said, okay, let me get beans, throw plantain inside there. I said, what's protein? I look. So, okay, they give me meat. They can't give me the meat too small. I'll look, say, this meat now, no fit give me the amount of protein. I add 2 eggs there. You see what I'm talking about egg. So you need to support because then proteins, bro, is needed and they cast. Economy just now.
Listen to
I don't even want to know what the price of everything is going to be at the time that next week. By the time this shit is even dropping safe. Because bro, you know the way it is in this country now.
Once something goes up, everything goes up.
Once petrol does,
everything goes.
And guess what? It never
comes down.
Never comes down.
Never comes down.
Do you understand?
Never comes down. Now imagine all this calculation we've done. Imagine all this lamenting, talking about bills, talking about this money, everything. The fact that we can even get to this point already lets us know that. Now, and we've talked about the fact that I want to provide us. Is it with this mind, with this grit, with what I'm presented with, that I should now still carry on young? Yeah, come, let's go and marry. You can find the person you love, right? But moving to that step of getting married to the person.
You go buy a ring now. How much ring is? Ring ain't beans.
Exactly.
You want to buy
and we're not talking
don't buy the ring where you go press, where you no go do.
Or the ring that maybe should hit the tile small. Everything has broken.
You know, so you don't want to do that. Then again, like you see what you were saying, that conversation you had with your pops. I literally had the same conversation with my pops this weekend. Like we were just having a conversation.
Yeah.
He was not letting me know that, some things he was not happy with, this, that. Just talking in general. Then he also not brought up the whole, he thought by now that I've had a family, this. After we don't finish the general consensus with everybody, it was like a full family meeting and everything. I called him to the side. I was like, see, if I start telling you all my near miss, all this thing, like, you're supposed to even pray for me like this by now. Like, it's enough for a layman to just be on some full depression piece and give up. But like, when there's life, there's
more than enough.
I can't not continue the hustle. You get just I say like I can take you way back even to when I was still under this your house here. Way back where I thought this money was about to enter and change my life. All those kind of P then you go scatter from somewhere. This other one, but no matter what, we got
you have to keep pushing.
So like that's what I told him. I was like, bro, so you're not gonna look like say we are not grinding. We are here.
We're trying to be those married people. Don't worry about it.
We try like not see what Jones in here we're playing. But you know, right now, you know how many goddamn things I do. Before you know it now, you people just, where is your man? He's in the middle of the water, nowhere. That's not my, you understand?
It's hustle.
It's just hustle, my bro. Yeah. You get?
You know, and when you think about it, right, money is a very important factor. But I feel like we've talked about money so much that people think that money is the only thing. Now, let's not get that twisted, right?
Not,
especially, I mean, thank God for me now. I have a partner, so money is probably the only thing now. But before we even started, you know, before we got on our journey to dating and everything, when I was still single, in my early 30s. I'm 26, by the way. Just the early 30s is a scenario I'm painting for you guys. Okay, all right, good. So, so in my early 30s, it was way more than just money. Money was definitely something. In fact, money I feel like was the first filter for me. Like, okay, if I see somebody that I just believe that they will frustrate me financially, it's too easy. Like, I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't even need to think too much about it. You're gone. Then there were people who, and you know, like we said, Nigeria was worsening as we go. So in my early 30s, it was still okay. It was still pretty good, you know. We still had our suffering and whatnot, but Nigeria was still in a much better place than it is now. So then you could still somewhat say, okay, right place, right time. I can make good money, move a step ahead in the assumption that the country was going to remain that way, right? So now, let's say that money was still okay. Not as bad as it is now, it was still okay.
See the money constant.
Right? Let's say that the money was constant.
Yes, sir.
It was now a question of being extremely picky by the kind of partner. Because one thing about men is, first of all, that we can be very tolerable about the woman. Like, everything's come with the woman. Right now, you see, women are not as tolerable as men are because that's just how they're wired. You see a woman have the slightest problems. It's just any small thing you do, like, she's like, ew, oh my God, no. But for a guy, if the flip was the case, let me give you just a simple scenarios. Let's say you, it reminded me of a TikTok that I saw. So let's say you're talking to somebody, you guys get to, you guys click everything. Now it's time to get intimate. And then the guy remembers that the boxers he's wearing today is the torn up one. And in that moment, he's like, oh, shit. Like, there's no way. He has to find some strategy, go to the bathroom somewhere, change.
But welcome everything once.
Exactly. Or just remove everything on the go. So, hey, there's no need for you to see what's... What if she's like, no, let me be the one to take it up. Hey, not today. Not today. We'll let that happen. Not today. Now, that's something that we know as a fact women will, shame us for. You get? But now, let's flip the case. You're with a lady and then you're the one trying to take off her underwear. Then you realize that, oh, it's kind of torn up. Let's not cut between you and I. That's just a stumbling block. We don't even see that as a ew. We don't see that as a we just see that as a it's literally like a and then continue. Or you didn't even finish the job. You get or you finish the job like, oh, she's I guess somebody started halfway, let me finish this. But now the problem is, let's not think too much about that. But the problem is, just by virtue of that difference in balance, right? As the younger guy, you were not that picky. But then, like you mentioned earlier, there's a shift that comes when you grow over 30. You just suddenly become strict. You suddenly have these rules that you live by. And some of those rules would even be cleanliness. Now I can even see a girl that has tongue, and I'm just thinking, I see you have tongue pads, and I'm just thinking, I mean, we might still do what we need to do, but at that point, I've already put you where I need to put you, which is like, yeah, no, this is too questionable. Like, don't you look at what you're wearing? Can't you take care of yourself a little more? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, in fact, I would even start thinking that. So the first bill is going to be, oh, buy me new panties. That will be the first bill. So already you've put me in a certain direction that I'm not trying to go into, right? And even apart from just being picky on stuff physically, there's also the mental one. You
said that before.
Yeah.
Mental.
I'm talking to somebody and all she's thinking about is, oh, you know what? Let's go for this outing on Wednesday. Let's go for this. I'm like, this is all you do?
Even if you say, okay, let's do this, the person cannot compromise. The person wants...
stuff like that.
Like, man.
There's no middle ground. Then the one I won't find most stressful is people who, because they're women, need to be worshipped. I'm like, you're making it too easy for me. Because by tomorrow, you're not going to hear from me again. Now, imagine these things back to back to back while you're in the dating scene. At some point, you even get frustrated and be like, hey, I'm not even trying to date to marry again. Just anything you people want to do, just be doing. And I think that's another factor that, stops men from being married. Because, there's that common dynamic of that man in his 30s dating girls in their mid to early 20s. There's just that thing, right?
But have you noticed that this new gen, apparently a lot of them, nobody wants to give birth again?
just open, just say, you know what? We're talking about something, but there's one key I have.
Yeah, so I literally...
Let me just open a different door.
One of my guys was complaining to me, like, bro, what's wrong with everybody, man? Nobody want to have kids.
No, but this is facts.
It's a thing.
This is facts, because it's also another thing to deal with now, because as much as...
And like you're saying,
I understand what it... Yeah. Exactly. So you get... So there's a lot... This is a very, very interesting one you've opened up, because remember when I spoke about differences? We were talking about differences in mindset. Now we're talking about differences in your philosophy of life, even. Mm-hmm. There are some people who don't even believe in marriage, but that would be the most perfect person you've ever found. Bro, I remember a long time ago, I remember meeting someone and, luckily for me, we hadn't gotten so deep in that I was extremely, attracted to this person. But I loved the way the person thought. Free-spirited, everything. But I didn't also know that the free-spirited came with a few extra free spirits that I wasn't going to be able to live with.
Free die.
Spirit was too free.
Oh, you guys changed.
Bro, she was talking about how, yeah, you know what? I don't even like close to marriage. Let's just like exist and just like be for each other, you know. And then when we're tired, at some point, we can see other people, they still come back.
Hey. Oh God.
I said, which kind of
like I form what's that word? What's the word I'm looking for?
What are you trying to explain?
Like, you know, when people like are open to different stuff, there's a word like
like we're not open relationships, but I mean, no, I get what you're they're like just liberal. They're very liberal. Yeah, they're very jovial. Very. I know. There's a word you're looking for. It's a come. I can't just. It's a particular word when it comes. Whenever it comes, whatever. So yes, and that's how she was. And let me just tell you, in the moment when she said that, instantly I was like, oh, fuck, there's another thing to worry about. Because to me, I was like, okay, my money says my this. And like I said, I was talking to her. She had a great job, by the way. She was doing her own thing. Like everything was just.
Like, bro, your job, everything's all right. You can just mesh and just turn. They just tell me, say,
yeah, I'm not really a marriage person. Like, I'm not really a marriage person. I can even understand that I'm not really a marriage person, but like, yeah, you know, I mean, let's think about it now. We're human beings. We get tired of each other after a while. You want to see other people. I want to see other people. I was like, what? But you know, at the same time, you can't be that old 30 plus. So I have to be like, yeah. I get what you mean. I see where you're coming from. I didn't see where she was coming from. I did see where she was coming from.
Come again, say what?
I did see where she was coming from.
That ain't for me.
Yeah, and I'm just like, in a way, you know. And I think it's there are a lot more things to worry about in our new generation of people. And I think, you know, sometimes you even think that the ones you knew before, because that's another mistake I made. When you're trying to like marry out of familiarity, there are lots of people I know that do that. Mm-hmm. Where, you know, the person who they married out, somebody who they were friends with a long time ago, but, you know, whatever the case, they're like, oh, let's get married. That's interesting. You know? Even now, when you meet the people you knew before, everybody's mind is different now. You will see some people that they're even more into the social media than you are. Like, what? I didn't remember you being a phone person per se. Like, I even came here because I remember you being like all calm, all to yourself, all this. Now you're talking about like your life is on social media now, which means that our lives will be on social media at some point. You see, there's a way someone can use their social media that you just know that it's their job, but everything about their life must not always be there. Then now that's one thing to worry about. Where the people that you are talking to, you might not just have seen them before, but you now realize, oh, what's your Instagram? Think right that there's some very popular people that are always having controversial things. They're always arguing on Twitter. Always.
Oh yeah, that has. Not if it's a bad thing, but it's made me like, especially when I call your Instagram and I open and I just see very mass following and
even the way
the kind of followers you're not like how would I describe it? You know, everybody they do influencing and stuff, but
there's some kind of content.
Content,
and I'm like, content you just be like, yeah.
Alright, cool now, you know. Sometimes I don't, especially when I just see that it's just pictures. There's no proper. There's just one. Man.
So I think
you be like person way all your just tease, all your whole life is just you need to post the right angle of cake and all that stuff.
There you go, exactly. I can't deal with that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
if you're using this to make money, I get it. But when it's
looking like that's
everything,
your lifestyle.
That's all. Everything. No. And some people using that thing to make money. You have to create some content. There's some social media couples I like their. You understand? But like, nah.
Yeah, so and I think you know just kind of like bunch this entire conversation together. Do you still really think with everything we've said there's an ideal time for marriage? Because for me, I think if I was going to pick and I would say let's forget everything about Nigeria being bad, if I was going to pick in an ideal situation, I still think like that early from like a 31, 32, I feel like is the sweet time for marriage.
Me, ready enough, I feel like 27.
Fair enough.
29. Then is because not to be devil's advocate, but even if that time you married, the thing does not within that time.
You can still like shake things up a little bit.
And when you come out, you're still. Well, it's not us now that will say you want to marry, then you didn't work out. Till we die, you.
Bro, you know what I was just thinking of recently.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking of recently. Now when we're applying for forms, you see the age bracket. They tell you what they said. It's a 25 to 34, right? We can't click that no more.
I thought you were 26.
Was that no? By we I mean the Menisms crew. I'm still, yeah. Just creating scenarios, guys. Scenarios. But yeah, we can't do that. But just think about it now that you are now in the 35 to 49 bracket.
Yeah, I guess. I need to speed up the transaction.
So in the end, let people not think that some men are just unserious. They just don't want to marry. No. Marriage is an extremely, especially for the responsible people, because the irresponsible ones that they do the marriage, then inside the marriage, you see that things are scattering. You got married now, you hear that, like, 1 year they divorced. Like, how? Explain yourselves. I'm not trying for my marriage to be that kind of thing, right? So it has to be an extremely conscious decision. I know that, yes, all my money may not have been complete, but enough money that I know that with this one, like you mentioned, childbirth,
it's not about
those initial stages.
I just need to do. No, once that is, it just day here, bro. Very quick, man. I'll just send you
Invite.
I'm not invited.
I don't marry.
Just see me in Ekoyi.
Exactly. Yeah. So and I think people need to understand that it's not every time that people who are older haven't tried. Sometimes people, they just try to give up. Like, you know what? Hey, I'm not even doing it. Because don't forget that this is all mental gymnastics too. And people only have so much they can give mentally. Like, hey, I've tried my best. Everything not work out. This heartbreak thing, I don't do it again. Because there's nothing also worse. You now finally find the person that you want to get married to. Everything is perfect. You have the money, then they pass away. So, there's a lot of things that happen to men to get them to the point where they're like, yeah, I just can't. Or it's even something that we overlook is an ex you could not get over seeing her get married to. And to you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, once she marries, at least I will know myself that, okay, yeah, she's gone now. Story. Now you're really seeing that, damn, she even got... the guy too even has money.
Because it's a bathtub. If you play me, keep it on.
Like, why did you marry and let me find out? Like, why did you let me find out? You get so that's another thing that can, give men the point where they're like, hey, but of course, again, that's something to do with emotional maturity and being able to move on for stuff like that. But this is to say that not everything is money, but money definitely plays a very huge role.
And that's because role, especially in our minds and in our train of thoughts. That's just the truth about it.
It does.
So
it does.
That being said,
I
think that God's time is the best.
Man will refuse to marry, refuse to raise family, you be Akpanchoko. But anyways, guys, let's know. What do you guys think about the ideal time to get married? Do you guys think late 20s, early 30s, late 30s? Never? Because that's also,
so some people think,
So
it's not by force at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not by force.
It's not by force to get married. Some people have, like, everybody's life is different. Their own life path and training is different. Some people are not destined to marry. Some people are not. So it's that kind of thing. But to those who are, let us know, man.
Yeah, and I honestly think that if I miss the mark now, that's where I'll be. If it doesn't work out for me now, and I get to a point where I'm single again, God forbid.
God forbid,
I'm just gonna be like, hang my boots. Let me just focus on hustle life.
I don't want to be there.
Actually, you know what? Before we round up, let's just talk about what our possible scenario of not getting married will be. Let's say, for example, now we've something's happened. We find ourselves back into being single at 40. Then what? I think that a part of me will find somebody who wants to have a child, doesn't want to get married.
But by that time, you never born.
You never born, never do anything.
No, I'm not waiting to that long. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not waiting.
So you find a woman just get married.
Bro,
maybe not get married, but just have children.
That long. I'm not going to wait till I'm 40 to have a kid.
Fair enough.
Refuse.
And you definitely see like children in your equation, no matter what.
No matter what.
Fair enough.
A young daughter or a young son, either or in short, both of them. I no agree.
Fair enough.
I'm not going to go out this earth and not reproduce and bring. I refuse. That's just my own.
So would you?
That 40 is even 40 too far.
So would you think?
2 years like this now.
You're gonna find something. Okay.
I mean, when you this year the go safe.
If you just Christmas presents might be a little something. But do you think that do you think you'd stay with the person that you have children with, maybe not get married to the person, but you guys just have an arrangement, or you just see it as, hey,
which way I feel like me, I want to have the whole family full, do the whole marriage thing. But if it's like you said now, you know,
doesn't work out.
Took us around 30%. Say, how far, man? This is how I feel. This is the thing. Are you down? Let's agree. Be down to create offsprings. Because, bro, man, I won't lie to you. I must. I don't know how you want to do it. I will.
Fair enough.
And even before anybody, I know some people say, "Oh, man, you can adopt."
Yeah, no. I don't think it's the same.
Before I even think I've adopted, I must run my own just because you get that kind of people.
Yeah,
that's the way I just feel.
I don't even think it's the same. I think
it's not the same. No, to me, it's not. I know what I mean. So
it's not the same. I mean, no cap to those who adopt.
No, shout out to them, man. It's good. I'm not saying
I just don't think it's
because I know some people will be like, you don't have to do. You're gonna, I get it. Yeah, I can, but
might be your thing.
That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about. See, what are we now? March 9th.
So you just give or take.
Give or take. One way or the other.
So you guys look out to December time. We might be doing Mado Fest, and Isioma is coming with his
seeds.
With his oh my goodness. Well, for me, I don't think it's a tough one. I don't think I'm going to be doing just a random chat. I have to really think about it.
I never said it's random.
No. When I say random, I just mean, it has come to the point where you have to talk to somebody for an arrangement. I'm not saying random in that sense. Okay. I'm saying because of how we are built in a society, everything has to come through marriage. So anything outside of that seems like it's random. So
knock your head for war, man. Please, your life ain't my life. That's
at this point, I don't think I figured it out yet.
What's working for me? No, I've not figured it out.
I feel like in the next 2 years, I would know if I find myself in that situation and it's looking like it's not going. I would have known by then if I really just want to do. You know what? Let's just have children. Let's just do it. Just call it a day.
Because man, what I know to be, I won't lie to you. Even that thing you said before about they don't give you those your parents. When I was young, my had that conversation with me, but not into depth.
Yes.
Not depth like the
way for you to really understand.
Not depth, it was just like some just normal the basics.
Just normal. You have a child early, so that
I didn't do this till I was this age, so you better know how you're doing before you bring someone home pregnant. It was basic normal, but it wasn't that in depth of like what you just said. So, but he still gave me this. So in his defense, he gave me some insights.
Fair enough.
I mean, you just listen.
We were child since 16.
Yeah.
All right, man. But anyways, guys, this was a lovely episode.
Yep.
Let us know what you guys think about when it is you guys want to get married, or when you think is the right time for maybe even us to get married. You can give us some advice.
It's the right time. It's the right time since, man. And that's it for us, guys. I go by the name of Shoma K12.
And I'm Muru Agunkoya.
And this is Menisms.
Remember to subscribe. Wait.
So guys, remember to subscribe, follow, like, and share. Tell your friends, tell your your husbands, tell your wives. Speaking of marriage, and let us know.
And your children too.
Tell your children too, because some of you are gonna give it. Let them subscribe. Put them there.
Yes.
Menisms. Let them know.
Until next time, guys.
Deuces.